The universe is governed by laws. Invisible, silent, yet unbreakable laws. Some rule the stars, others control time, and some, believe it or not, govern money. Albert Einstein once said that everything is energy. And he was right. But what he may not have told us is this: your bank account is energy too. Your lifestyle, your choices, your future. Everything vibrates. Everything transforms. Everything responds to a formula. E equals mc²2. Energy equals mass times the speed of light squared. That simple equation changed the world. It revealed the secrets of the atom, unlocked the path to the most advanced technologies of humankind, and launched the nuclear age. But what almost no one realizes is that this very same formula can be applied to anyone's financial life, including yours. Think with me. What is energy if not the ability to produce movement, transformation, results? And what is money if not a condensed form of energy in paper, numbers, or digital form? When Einstein said that mass and energy are two sides of the same coin, he was giving us a clue, a key, something that goes beyond physics and touches human behavior. If mass is habit and speed is decision, then wealth is a consequence. You wake up every day, look in the mirror, wear the same routine, face the same job, and return home with the same thought: I should be further ahead. You feel stuck in time, like everything is moving forward for everyone, except you. And do you know why? Because you're not generating enough energy. Not because you're incapable, but because you haven't yet understood the formula that governs your own life. See, mass in this context is your financial habits. Those tiny daily behaviors that seem harmless but accumulate. That coffee you buy without thinking. That subscription you never use. The impulsive purchases. Every action carries mass. And when you add speed to it, meaning how frequently you repeat those actions, the impact multiplies. If they're bad habits, the energy you generate is negative: debt, scarcity, stress. If they're good habits, the energy is positive: prosperity, peace, growth. Now think, what if that speed were squared? That's what Einstein's formula says. Speed doesn't enter the equation once, it enters twice. Because when movement becomes exponential, the impact becomes colossal. So what would happen if you started accelerating your good financial decisions? Instead of saving only once in a while, what if it became a way of life? Instead of investing only when there's something left, what if it became a priority? The energy you generate would change your reality, but most people are doing the opposite. They're adding mass to their worst habits and accelerating them, spending without thinking every day, piling up debt month after month, lending money without a plan, drowning in bills, living just to pay them off. It's like building a bomb with your own hands and then wondering why everything is blowing up. The universe doesn't judge. It responds. It doesn't care whether you're rich or poor, educated or not. If you follow the formula, the result comes. Positive or negative. The universe doesn't operate on emotion. It operates on laws. And those who learn to operate within those laws gain a brutal advantage over those who live on autopilot. Einstein called it the language of the cosmos. And it's curious how that same language is present in the great principles of wealth. For example, compound interest, which is nothing more than a type of squared speed. You invest a little today, a little tomorrow, and over time, growth becomes exponential. That's pure physics. That's Einstein talking to you without you even realizing it. Now stop for a moment and look at your own life. What habits are generating energy? Which ones are draining you? What decisions are you accelerating without noticing? What are you repeating every day, thinking they're harmless, while they're actually pulling you down? E equals mc² is more than a scientific equation. It's a mirror of your behavior, your mind, your financial future. Imagine waking up tomorrow and deciding to apply this. Choosing to turn small habits into positive mass. Choosing to accelerate only what builds. You start cutting useless expenses. You begin studying personal finance. You invest time learning about compound interest. You change your circle of influence, surrounding yourself with people who push you forward. You stop buying things just to look rich and start investing to become rich. Slowly, you realize you're generating energy, and that energy begins to move things. Opportunities appear. Your mind clears. You sleep better. And little by little, what seemed unreachable begins to become possible. Not because it fell from the sky, but because you started living in alignment with the true formula of wealth. Asterisk asterisk, now you begin to notice something curious. The more energy you generate, the more time seems to expand. And that's no coincidence. It's yet another manifestation of Einstein's theory. Time, for him, was relative. He stated that time slows down the faster you move relative to the speed of light. And in real life, something similar happens. When you are aligned with your purpose, with the right habits, with your energy flowing, time stretches. A year can feel like 10. A single effort produces massive results. And the opposite is also true. When you're drowning in debt, in financial disorganization, in constant anxiety, time flies. The month ends before the money does. The years pass and nothing changes. Because your time is being consumed by the collapse of your own energy. This is the invisible gravity that traps millions of people. And the worst part, many believe it's normal. That's just how life is. That money is hard to earn. That the rich are just lucky. But that's an illusion. That's the mindset of someone who never understood that the universe doesn't favor anyone. It only responds to those who learn how to play by the right rules. Einstein wasn't a magician. He was a decoder of patterns. And that's exactly what you need to become, a reader of financial patterns. An observer of your life's energy field. Observe your emotions. Because money also follows the physics of emotion. Emotions are frequencies. Fear vibrates low. Scarcity vibrates low. Anger, envy, victimhood, all of it collapses your frequency. And collapsed energy attracts more of the same. But when you begin to vibrate with gratitude, clarity, purpose, confidence, you raise your field. And just like in quantum physics, where particles respond to the observer, your financial reality begins to react to the new version of you that is emerging. But pay attention, this isn't magic. This is repetition. It's discipline. It's what Einstein would call the fabric of space-time, the invisible framework where everything happens. And your own space-time is shaped every day by the decisions you make, even the ones you think are too small to matter. Nothing is small, because in the universe, everything accumulates. Everything produces an effect, and everything will either demand a price or deliver a reward in due time. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to have incredible financial luck? They start a business and it thrives. They invest and earn. Even when they fail, they continue to grow. While others, no matter how much they try, stay stuck? The answer lies in the energy they're projecting, in the mass of habits they've built, in the speed with which they make decisions. They aren't better than you. They're simply more aligned with the formula. They've understood, perhaps, unconsciously, that money isn't a goal. It's a consequence of the right energy, the right mass, the right speed. And you? Where are you in your equation? Maybe your mass is negative, full of destructive habits. Maybe your speed is too low. You delay action. You procrastinate. You hesitate. Maybe you're generating too little energy, and that's why life always feels like survival mode. But here's the good news. Unlike in physics, your formula can be rewritten at any moment. You can change the mass. You can accelerate your mind. You can transform your trajectory. And it starts with a new perspective. One where money is not the villain, not a taboo, not something distant, but a particle of the universe that responds to how you vibrate, how you think, how you behave. And when you change the way you look at money, money changes the way it looks at you. Einstein once said, "Imagination is more important than knowledge, because it's imagination that creates new realities." And right now, you need to imagine a new life. One where you master your financial energy, where your actions are aligned with a clear purpose, where time works in your favor, not against you, where every dollar is a soldier you send out to fight for your freedom, where you wake up with clarity, sleep in peace, and walk with power. But this demands more than desire. It demands decision. The same decision that led Einstein to abandon traditional formulas and dive into the invisible. He didn't have all the answers, but he had one conviction, that the universe could be understood even if it was complex. And the same goes for your financial life. It may seem chaotic, a maze, a system of forces you can't control. But if you stop, observe, and apply the right laws, everything changes, not tomorrow, not 10 years from now, but the moment you decide to act with energy, awareness, and consistency. The universe is always observing. And unlike what many believe, It doesn't reward just those who work hard. It rewards those who work smart, with intention, with alignment. Because the energy you put into the world comes back to you, amplified. And if you use the right formula, that amplification becomes exponential. You don't need a miracle. You need positive mass, accelerated decisions, and focus. And all of that is within your reach right now, in this exact moment. Now that you understand your financial life obeys the same laws that govern the universe, it becomes impossible to keep pretending you don't see it. Ignorance may have been your excuse until yesterday, but from today on, the truth is right in front of you. And truth comes with a price, the price of responsibility. Because once you realize that everything you've experienced up to this point was the result of misapplied energy, you also realize that everything you can achieve is just one step away, powered by that same energy, now realigned. Money was never the problem. Scarcity was never the enemy. The true obstacle has always been how you thought, how you reacted, how you sabotaged yourself. And that's why this isn't just a video about finance. It's an invitation, a calling, an awakening, for you to abandon the illusion that wealth is luck, that success is random, that the future is a lottery. None of that is true. Wealth is the consequence of intelligently applied energy. Success is an equation solved day after day. The future is a project, not an accident. Maybe you're asking yourself, where do I start? And the answer is simple. Start by observing. Observe where your mass is. What habits are building you or destroying you? What expenses are you repeating like a zombie, without thinking, without analyzing, as if they were normal? What thoughts are you feeding daily? That's too expensive. I don't have money. I'll never get out of this. Every one of those phrases carries a frequency that collapses your field. Each of those thoughts is like sand being thrown into the engine of your own prosperity. Then, choose to accelerate. But not with haste, with clarity. To accelerate means to repeat good behaviors, to automate discipline, to make what is right inevitable, to put on autopilot the things that move you forward, like saving before spending, like investing before showing off, like saying no to the now, in order to say a greater yes to the future, and then get ready for the results. Because when mass and speed meet under a conscious mind, the energy generated is transformative. You'll start to realize that the opportunities were always there, that the problem was never the world, the government, the boss, the system. The problem was in your energy field. And the miracle you've been waiting for was actually a formula waiting to be activated. But you need to stay focused, because living in alignment requires more than effort. It requires purpose. Einstein didn't become famous for working harder. He became famous for thinking differently. And that's what you're doing now. You're training your mind to see invisible patterns, to understand the unseen, to operate on the level of cause, not just consequence. And the universe responds to that. It always has. Maybe you just weren't ready to see it. Think of your life as a moving equation. Every choice you make adds a new variable. Every renunciation adjusts the outcome. Every small daily sacrifice, like avoiding wasteful spending, learning something useful, changing your circle of influence, becomes a factor that, when multiplied by your speed, determines how much energy or money you'll generate tomorrow. You can keep living as if none of this is real, as if this was just motivation. You can leave this video and scroll through Instagram, waste another hour watching other people's lives while yours stays frozen. Or you can do something different. You can use this moment as your turning point, as the exact instant when you decided your destiny would no longer be random, that your path would no longer be automatic, that your energy, from now on, would be sacred. And you know what happens to those who treat energy with respect? It multiplies. It opens doors. It connects. It builds. Because in the end, everything is energy. Einstein knew it. And now, so do you. Now it's your turn. You don't need more proof. You don't need permission. You just need to decide to live with energy, with intention, with focus. Because the life you've always wanted isn't hidden in some secret. It's written in a formula that's always been right in front of you. E equals mc², that energy equals the mass of your habits, multiplied by the speed of your decisions, squared. And if you apply this today, there's no way the universe won't reward you. That if something stirred inside you during this video, if something awakened, if this content showed you a different path, then now is the time to act. Subscribe to the channel, Turn on notifications. Because here, money isn't taught as numbers. It's revealed as the language of the universe. And this is just the beginning. In the next videos, you'll discover the financial black holes that are sucking your wealth. You'll learn why the rich experience time differently. You'll see how the laws of physics can help you reach financial freedom, but it all starts with a decision. Decide now, because while some stay trapped in the illusion of chance, others are already applying the formula and winning.